EnVy on London Docks.
Yeah, I mean, they look better at Birmingham, right? Like, they go the distance with Splice, who ended up in the grand final. Who knows if OpTic takes that series, but we're going to get this round in game number 1 underway. Formal with that STG. He has a gunfight with Temp. Temp's going to back him down with a grenade, but they're just going to throw nades back and forth. Nobody on the hill right now.
Everyone is looking for an opening, and there it comes behind OpTic. Crim6 and Karma is there able to find the kills, and you see that green flood coming in, pushing directly into fire. Karma not able to win the gunfight, but applying pressure immediately, but there is Scump. The sub's getting forward, the sub's doing damage, making sure that EnVy not able to get close to the hardpoint early, but with a couple of kills for Slasher and Temp, they're right back in the swing of things. But you do see the bottom right spawn right now for OpTic Gaming, as they're trying to push back and also worried about getting set up for the next hardpoint. Yeah,
so as they pushed through, they caused a split spawn, and that was Temp who spawned out. And he was able to come through that barrel building and find a couple of kills. That's why you see the control of the hill over towards Team EnVy. But OpTic, they're focused on that second Main Street hill. They're getting a perfect setup. You have Crim6 already pushing towards underground. You have another guy on the hill. You have Karma in the back. And I mean, it's just going to come down to these first second of kills. If you're EnVy, you can get things going. You're going to have a solid lead here, but this could be a great hold for OpTic.
First hardpoint goes to EnVy. Let's get into our second. Hook just waiting patiently. His teammates coming off a spawn. Last EnVy player drops, and now he's going to be coming in. It's going to be Classic, going to be the last man to the actions. He's going to go top mid. Karma, the first to engage. Hook flies around the corner and able to get the better of him. Slasher gets a pick as well. And suddenly the hold for OpTic Gaming falling apart very early. It's all on Scump and Crim6. And Crim up to the task as he's going to get streaks and also find 2 kills. He's 7-2 in a 5 streak here, and suddenly OpTic Gaming in the lead.
Yeah, so obviously when you talk about this role change, you talk about Crim. Crim's going to be that aggressor. Scump, he's going to get some streaks as well. Yeah, a little bit worried there with the hold, but Crim was able to come through with Karma. They pick up all 4. The rest of this time, going to go to OpTic. They'll be at about 62 points if they continue to get all this time. EnVy, they're going to get 3 down. That'll slow things down for OpTic. They have to get a good hold here. Because EnVy, they're getting set up at that lower docks hard point.
But what's scary is, you know, you have an 0-3 start from Formal, but you still have the lead. You still have 2 streaks, well, 4 streaks total on the side of OpTic Gaming. Now, can they break quickly is the question. Classic wants nothing to do with it. He finds a double to slow things down. They haven't even been able to get close to this hard point in the opening 10 seconds. It's been a wall set up by Team EnVyUs.
That nade, though. Yep. There we go. Karma's able to get in and find 2. I was going to say, that nade just changes everything. Now, the spawns come in pretty much on both sides of this hill. Hook, though, in a great spot, able to find 2. Nice shots right there from Hook. And EnVy still picking up time, but OpTic are right there. They're going to contest this hill.
What a play from Hook. Just make sure they don't get blown out of this hard point. Control yet to really go to either side. It's contested right now. 20 seconds remaining here. Just a 12-point advantage right now for OpTic Gaming. They're still contesting. It's Temp that's coming in on the rear. He may be able to catch Formal. Formal gets the better of him. He's got the PPSH up close and personal. Take a look at the spawns up top. You've got 3 players there from OpTic Gaming. They're able to trade it out, and they do have spawns for barrel.
Now, every time I talk with Teef, obviously the coach of OpTic Gaming, he talks about barrel building, and this is the one hill that OpTic just suck at rotating to. Temp, though, he pushed through fire. He gave OpTic spawns, so OpTic, they don't have to worry about this rotation. They got the hill for free.
And it's mistakes like that that hurt EnVy, right?
Yeah, no,
little plays like that.
So we'll see if OpTic's able to hold on to this one. Again, this has been the one hill that has always been a struggle for them. It's allowed that EnVy team to get back into this game. Crim6 is Scump, though. Nice shots out of Slasher, but he has the pistol. But still, EnVy, they get into that hill. That's classy. He's just trying to buy time.
Well, very quickly, they were able to push through the front, at least contest for a bit, but you're at risk now of giving some streaks to Formal. He starts 0-3. He's now 8-5 on a 5 streak. Crim6 doing it all with the PPSH in the back line as he's making sure they can't get close to that hard point.
Right.
When you've got Crim picking up 2 pieces at the backside of fire, how hard is that for EnVy to even take a crack at this hard point?
Yeah, you can't even get over there. Now watch what happens. Watch where Temp spawns now. So Scump gets a couple of kills. Look where they spawn. They're going to spawn underground. So EnVy, they're going to lose out on another rotation. As OpTic, they're going to push through lower docks. You already have Karma here. Another player spawns up. That's Formal. A great job by OpTic to rotate towards Crane.
Fantastic job, and you still have all the streaks. Now they're going to get invested, able to pick Slasher there on the front side of barrel.
This could get ugly.
It is getting ugly right now. 110-65. The Crane hold alive and well right now for OpTic Gaming. The pressure, the flood, going to come in. Karma going to be the point man here to deal with the pressure. Classic, the first man up. Nice headshot there to take him out. But this is what's scary when you give up streaks so early in this. But during that, all the kills go the way of EnVy. So you invest a fighter pilot there. You get really nothing from it for OpTic Gaming. This is a great break from EnVy and some huge time. You get a perfect hold there from OpTic. This league, it's very, very scary.
Yeah, some more streaks are being wasted. So that first one got called in from the back. The reason was Crim6, him and his team were down low. They were trying to get that spawn kill on, but Slasher, he gets control of fire. pretty much back and forth. This is a good response from EnVy, considering what you have 2 fighter pilots called in.
And take a look at the stats from OpTic. I mean, this is sort of exactly what you want, right? Low engagements from your main AR, a lot of time in the hard point, your subs making the play. Like, is that basically textbook what you want? If you're taking a look at the stats from OpTic, that's almost perfect right now, right?
Well, I think the big thing is you have Scump at 31 engagements, you have Krim at 32. That's that new duo. They look so darn good at Birmingham. There was just a couple of mistakes at Birmingham when you talked about why did they get knocked out? Well, Splice just had the hot hand, but it was these two. They looked so darn good together, and if they keep this up, OpTic's going to be tough to beat.
You got to think they're to continue to improve. Remember, last time we played this map, it was a big win for EnVy at Birmingham, 250 to 90. Right now, that is not the story. It's a 60-point advantage right now for OpTic Gaming. They continue to pour it on with regards to the objective, with regards to the slang. It's been all green wall here, but EnVy, we know they're not out of this yet. They are a good Main Street team, but a good OpTic Gaming the first time through didn't even give them a chance. They were set up so early. Can EnVy maybe turn the tides here? This push is going to be big coming out of Cole.
I was just going to say, you can see OpTic's starting to get set up. You have one player, that's Krim, already pushed out. Karma has his help. Good kill right there from Classic. Can he find another? He can. Nice shots on the Karma. He's starting to get pushed up. But OpTic, you see they're spawning lower water, but the rotations are in. Formal's here. He does get taken down by Hook. Hook, though, he just sprints forward, and well, there's another glide bomb in from Scum. So pretty back and forth. No one has control of Main Street. These are big gunfights going down right now.
This is huge from EnVy. I mean, last time you allowed OpTic Gaming to get near a flawless setup, and they held it brilliantly.
Oh, the pinch, though. The pinch is on from Karma. Yeah, he goes through the back. This is terrible. He finds 3. There's just one player left. That's Temp. What a great job by Karma with that heads-up play to push top Main Street, and well, he finds 3 kills.
The 3 sub players from OpTic continue to dominate, and a big part of the reason you see the huge advantage in this one. They've got Main Street locked down yet again, over 20 seconds remaining here, and all the time going to the green wall. It's already a rotation now in from EnVy. The lead terrifying right now if you're rooting for the boys in blue.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Karma spawned up there or if he took his time and went all the way around. If he did that, that is a key play to the game. If he got a bit of a lucky spawn, well, you love to see that.
You take it, right?
You absolutely do. But basically, that breaks the Main Street hold by EnVy. I mean, you thought that was their opportunity to get back into the game. Well, that goes away now. They're set up at Doc's Warehouse. They have a pretty good hold right now. He's top middle. But those nades from OpTic have been so good.
You need a perfect ult here. You have to. You've got to get back in this game. You're trailing by 80+ right now, and 3 kills go to OpTic Gaming. 2 for Crim6 as he finds the entries. And now he's in the hard point with Karma. Scump involved in the action as well. And EnVy once again on the back foot trying to break into a hard point. This is not been pretty at all for EnVy.
No, it definitely has. I feel like every time we watch Crim6 or Scump as well, they're finding 2, right? Crim's at 31 and 19. What a great game from him. And there we go. Almost finds the second right there. He's going to challenge it. He's feeling confident. Finds Classic to a little bit of a crack right there. Great job from Krim and Scump so far.
Brilliant stuff. The hip fire working wonders for him as well. Another rotation into barrels. First gunfight to Krim. What a big one to open things up. And now isolated at the back truck is going to be Classic. He does get a spawn for Tip there at the back as well. So EnVy in pretty good position here, but you've already pushed up the map enough that you're OpTic that you have a good chance to make a break.
Yeah, but this is where they struggle when they don't have the spawns. What can they do? It looks like OpTic, they're holding, they're strong right now. Formal's able to find 2, and they're spawning EnVy out. There we go, all 4 down.
Wow.
Perfect break right there.
It's just too easy. They break through nearly instantly, and they can close the game out right now. Look how far out they're spawning due to the position of Crim6. He's just flying up the map. Last time we saw them inside of fire finding kills. This time he's all the way to their water side making plays. It takes what, 15 seconds for them to even get back and challenge the hard point. It might end here.
I think it will. Karma able to find one. Classic, nice shots out of him, but Formal and Karma are here. They have the cross to the front of the hill. Yeah, they're gonna invest everything to try and win on this hill. Formal, he's gonna find Slasher. He finds some streaks. Nice shots right there. Well, Temp takes down his teammate. Yeah, I think that's it, maybe. I think game number 1 goes to OpTic.
They've struggled at barrel building in the past, but not this time. OpTic Gaming, 250 to 104. They strike first. The crowd loves it, and that was a dominating performance. Talk me through what was going right there from OpTic, because it basically was from what, the second hard point on, they were not, it was what, 30 or so, 30, 40 points you got from EnVy on that first hard point, and then they didn't find a lot of success outside of that.
No, they definitely didn't. Obviously, there was that Main Street break from OpTic, and then you're thinking EnVy, they're going to spawn on lower docks, but OpTic just go right in. We talk about that. When you rotate, you give up 20, 25 seconds of scrap time. You have to have a good hold. OpTic were able to just break down.
Yeah, like you said, at Doc's Warehouse, it's like, all right, if you're going to get beat up on Main Street, you have to lock down Warehouse. And even though the first time through, it wasn't like, let's say, a ton of time that came through for OpTic, they were able to contest a lot at least. Like, EnVy wasn't getting a lot of time was the big thing. And then the second time, they broke on through and took control of the game. What did you like about their improvements maybe on barrel building? One time, they got the early setup for due to a mistake.
I was just say, they had a little help.
Well, the second time, they had to break, though, and they did it well there as well.
Yeah, I think the key player there was Formal. He gets to the back driveway. As soon as he gets in that position, you can see it spawns EnVy out towards that main street, so he's able to find 3 kills, and that's basically it. I mean, again, if the kills go the way of EnVy, they have that hold, but they don't. So just a great job from OpTic. That's typically what we see from OpTic Gaming. That's what we know them about. If they're outslaying teams like that, they're going to win.
Well, and that's when you get those 250 to 100 type score lines. But not only are you doing a good job of...
Hello.
I'm walking around.
Yeah.
So when I'm not on camera, I'm like literally pacing everywhere. So you got there for a second. But, you know, when OpTic is... we know they can do a good job when they rotate early and get a setup. Like, just... their shot alone will make them do well there, and we know how great they are at the communication side. But when they're also able to break very easily, that's where it snowballs. And it wasn't close. It wasn't close for any portion of that game outside of maybe the first couple of hard points when it was, like 29-29 at one point. After that, all OpTic.
Yeah, so here's the big thing, though. If you're an OpTic Gaming fan, search and destroy. We talked about it a lot at Birmingham, just going up 2-0 in series. That's what they used to be known for doing, was going up 2-0. Then at Birmingham, you saw they would go down on 1 in series, and they'd win a couple of game 2s.
I think these two teams have very similar stories when it comes to Atlanta and Birmingham in their runs to 4th. Obviously, 4th at Atlanta for EnVy, 4th for OpTic Gaming at Birmingham, but they have very similar stories. Both teams were very good in search and destroy on Friday and Saturday. When you got to Sunday, if you're EnVy at Atlanta, you didn't win a search on Sunday. You're not going to win series that way. And if you're OpTic, it was a little bit closer to 50-50, but they were losing those game 5s. They were losing a lot of those search and destroys, and that's where they started to fall apart. It's not Sunday. It's Friday.
It's also for EnVy.
That's true. That's true. So neither of these teams have been dominant in search, and I think you could say for sure this game 2 might be where this series could ultimately be decided, or all right, game 5 if it goes the distance.
No, definitely so. I mean, I don't even think between these two teams we've seen a game 5, right? I think
it's been
3-1s or 3-0s.
3 3-1s and a 3-0, something like that. Yeah.
So if you're EnVy, you want to try to extend this series. You go down 0-2, and again, we know how much this team can tilt, right? Just like mistakes like that where we've seen these guys yelling at each other on stage. Even after a win, these guys are arguing with one another. So you love just some positive vibes on the side of EnVy.
Well, you heard. I mean, you know, Slasher is there are different kinds of leaders, right? Some you know, lead through performance. Some are more supportive leaders. Some get on their guys. And like you've heard the listening at Birmingham, like he is someone that will call out mistakes, get in your head a little bit, get in your face, and I just don't know that the rest of the team's dealing with it very well, because EnVy, we've seen them fall apart in series when they start to struggle.
We definitely have. So London Docks, search and destroy. If you're EnVy, this is sort of your go-to search and destroy. If you're OpTic, you're pretty solid on it. We've seen it a couple of times at Birmingham, but this is a big one. Again, OpTic have owned this series over EnVy for a while now, so we'll see if EnVy can finally put one on their side.
EnVy kicking it off on offense. Let's see what their opening setup will be. Classic will be your bomb carrier, and it looks like a play towards B. One player pushing into barrel as well to get vision of mid-map. They look to get aggressive here. Hook able to get some nice shots into Krem. Krem re-peeks, and he's going to get dropped. First blood to EnVy, and a big one at that, because no one else in position to challenge here from the OpTic Gaming side. They're all going to have to rotate out of mid-map and A. Yeah,
and you just love that if you're Hook, right? Take that 1 versus 1, and that's against Crimsix, who had a great game 1 versus them. So that's really the big difference out of game 1, was that they weren't winning a lot of their 1v1s when they were holding those rotations. So that's a great sign if you're EnVy, but Formal, he finds Classic on that bomb.
That is going to slow down the EnVy setup, obviously. They aren't able to get the plant on. What a big kill. But Hook pushes out the backside. He's already got 2 in this round. He's kind of slowly working towards this ace, but it is Scump that's able to even the odds. Temp, nice shots there to cut him down. Suddenly Formal in a 1 versus 2. Will he be able to clutch? Bomb has just been picked up by Hook. They're going to be looking to eventually get this down. Does he get some nice timing here? He's loud, pushing around the back. Temp may hear him. He's able to spot him. He's able to spot him. Temp's the next man up. 1 versus 1. It goes to Formal. And there's the clutch in the 1v2. 3-0 start for Formal. Give him the defuse. Ugh, that's painful for EnVy.
It's painful if you're Temp, too. Like, this is a team that you've never beaten before. And you get put in a situation like that in a 1v1, and you want to win that one, right? Like, that is just sort of like Dude, I never beat these guys, ever.
What do you think about the setup there? Was it played poorly, or was it a nice timing there from Formal to get the spot he got in? You think he's stomping around a little bit. Maybe you're going to hear that.
Honestly, I thought EnVy played that pretty poor. Just the fact that as soon as they hit that first blood, they don't try to put that bomb down. Classic, he got naded, but it wasn't on the bomb. It was near that van. Like, as soon as you hit that first blood, you'd love to just smoke out that main cut and plant the bomb. Just felt like they just took way too much time. OpTic don't, it's their turn to attack. Now we're on that B side, and they're already pushed up towards this light.
And we've seen Scump and Karma do this, right? This little duo push through lights. They let you get really aggressive on this B side. As they distract, it's Crim that's able to push up. There's a double 4v2 advantage early in this one for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and just watch. As soon as they hit the numbers, Karma gets on the plant. I mean, Hook does find one. This could be a big play out of him if he could find another. Classic, though, makes it a 2 versus 2. Hook now just needs to try to stay alive. That's a nice nade. He's gonna back him down. Classic finds another. Now it's a 1 versus 2.
What a play here from EnVy on the retake. Nice shots from Crim. Another 1 versus 1. Crim 6. Classic. Crim spots him. Under 40 seconds to go. He wants to get this plant down, put the pressure on Classic to try and retake. Crim also working on streaks in this. He's tagged up almost immediately. Has to reload. Not a lot in the clip. Shot's a little bit off. Not able to finish him there, but it's Classic that's going to have to make this push.
I mean, what is he trying to do here? You're going to challenge that? Like,
what would you have liked him to do?
You have 35 seconds. Go elsewhere.
Try and wrap to either side, make a play to get a better angle. Because just look at this gunfight. How in the hell are you going to win that unless you hit absolutely perfect shots?
I mean, and plus he just dives across where Crim saw him. I was like, wait, what is he really doing this? I thought, because Crim was pre-firing like he was still there. I thought Classic was going to go through fire.
Maybe Classic's thinking, hey, he can dive across while he's crouched behind the bomb. He's not going to spot him, and then he can jump top box and surprise him or something.
At that point, though, you're waiting like 10 seconds, right? You're getting in the head of Crim, so maybe he went elsewhere. But anyways, OpTic able to clutch up again. Another 1 versus 1. Karma with the first blood on a Hook.
Crim still working towards these streaks, but EnVy down a man right now. Make it a 3 versus 3. His slasher is able to play equalizer. Nice angle there from Crim 6 up top, and there's the streaks. Already a 2-0 advantage. Streaks to work with it. He drops right after that. Each of these rounds, I feel like someone gets control, and then suddenly it's a 2v2 very quickly. Can we get 3 1v1s in a row, maybe?
Why not? Temp now, he's working this backside, this top street. Bomb is down on the A site, so you have Karma and Scump, and where Karma's playing is a very popular position, so I imagine Temp will check this corner.
I call this the TJ Haley.
I don't think he calls it that. Well, Karma, he switches that angle. He's able to find Temp, so now you have a 1v2 4 slasher.
Bomb down, backside of A. Slasher, not a ton of time to work with.
Nope.
He knows where Karma is. He has him technically kind of isolated due to the position you have up Scump right now.
He just doesn't have time.
Nope. Taking his time, just hoping he can get a pick. He's got to take the gunfight. But now Scump repositions, and Scump able to cut him down 3 rounds in a row here for OpTic. No signs of slowing down as you still have the streaks on Crim to work with. In every clutch scenario, you've made the plays if you're OpTic. EnVy just not a lot to work with right now outside of the fact that, hey, I mean, these rounds have been close technically when you take a look at the kills, you take a look at the man count going down the stretch, but the big thing is the scoreboard. You've got nothing.
I mean, it just feels like EnVy's just not in this match right now. It just feels like even before this match has started, they're out of it. I don't know. I just feel like they're just not confident one another.
A team that could be changing before stage 2?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's got to be tough. They might not be the only ones on that roster mania sheet, but Hook in a position lower water. He's got Scump right above him, and then Karma right inside the window. Crim wants to call on these streaks. What can he fight? He's going to be able to call out Hook to his teammates. Well, he'll call him out to himself as he's able to pick up 2. Now 7-2 start here for Crim. Formal patrolling the water steps, just trying to get some vision, but bomb planted in the 4v2. EnVy once again in trouble.
And Crim 6, man, he had a great game 1. Game 2, 7-2. Just called in that fighter pilot, so he's having a great game as well. You love to see that. And I think Crim's been the best player for OpTic throughout this year. He's able to find the 3rd, not able to pick up the ace, but OpTic, they're leading 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is like hard to even get hyped or excited about right now because it's just looked easy, right? Between the game 1 and now a 4-0 advantage here in the search. To be honest, we haven't had ourselves much of a series yet. Like, when is EnVy going to show up? And unfortunately, this deep in the map 2, you don't have a lot of time to turn it around. It's got to happen right now.
Definitely does, and it gets scary, right? If you're losing all those gen fights, you go to a Game 3 London Docks CTF where score can get out of control very fast.
Yeah, that's one where you like want to take momentum into for sure. Just the pacing of it, we know how chaotic it can be, and you definitely don't feel good about EnVy in this. And Karma also starting to work towards some streaks behind a couple plays on the objective. The highlight man, Crim6, still has a glide bomb to his name. He's patrolling this B site. He's got a little bit of help here with Scump as well. And right now, EnVy just trying to find an opening pick.
Yeah, but I like this, right? Slow down the pace a little bit, trying to slow OpTic down. They've been doing such a good job, but Crim's able to find Classic.
That's going to be bombed down inside of Cole. Man advantage yet again to OpTic. I know it only shows 2 first bloods on the scoreboard, but it's actually 4 because 2 come behind those streaks. They've dominated in the early rounds. EnVy, not much to work with. Temp going to be the last man. He's now going to be, well, it was a 1v4, now a 1v3. Not a lot of time to work with. It feels like Slasher's position where you don't have time to make a play. Nothing you can do. You know, you play for the pick, you don't get the pick, and now the clock is against you.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe if you think a couple of those early 1v1s go the way of EnVy, maybe momentum starts to shift, but those go OpTic's way. And ever since that, it's been all OpTic gaming.
Whew.
I mean, let's be honest. Fans aren't even clapping for their wins anymore.
What is there to get? What do you get excited about right now? Like this just, I mean, this just hasn't been close at all. OpTic steamrolling EnVy here.
They just expect it now.
Yeah, it's just like they're playing a team without life. I don't know what you need to see out of the faces of the EnVy players, but you're not getting much right now. They have shown us nothing so far in this series. And on the other end, Crim6, still a phenomenal series. First blood, you think might go their way, is another to OpTic Gaming. Scump wins the one-on-one. Hook out of this one.
Look at Crim. Look at Crim on the minimap. Look where he is. Even if Scump gets taken down, look, he's just saying, buy time, I'm here. I'm gonna find Slasher. Finds him through the grenade smoke. Temp, he's able to find a couple, but yep, there we go. There's some claps too.
There you go, Kyle. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, because that was, wow, 6-0.
That was 6-0 in a 4-minute S&D.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye. EnVy down 2-0. They get smoked in the game 1. It's a methodical victory in the game 2. I know there's some tight rounds early with some clutch 1v1s. You had the 1v2 pulled off by Formal. You feel like maybe that clutch just pulled the heart out of this EnVy team. If there was still a beating heart with this roster remaining.
I don't think so. Nah.
What the hell?
I have no idea.
This is a team I picked to win a major.
Same.
You're seeing nothing. And this reminds you of the EnVy team we kind of saw in the the final 2 weeks of Division V, where there was just, they looked so sloppy, you know, small mistakes like, you know, temp pushing, flipping spawns, not able to come up in those clutch situations. They're in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble, not only in this series, but just they're playing like this. You don't give them a chance this weekend. It looks like a team that's finishing 7th, 8th.
They'll probably head home tomorrow.
They will be, unless they turn it around. But again, they have been a very two-faced team, a very two-faced roster. We know they can go from one series to another, a map to the next map, and all of a sudden they look like a different squad. They need to do it now, though. It's got to happen to the CTF. Currently down 0-2. Game 1 wasn't close. Game 2 wasn't close. Is the CTF on London Docks where they bring it back? Or is London Docks all EnVy's going to see in this series? It's 3 docks in a row to kick it off, and OpTic Gaming looking to close it out with a hot 3-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a bloodbath. It's like we're watching a war scene from Game of Thrones, and one side has a dragon, and that dragon is Crim6. This is just, it's not been close. Like, and not that, you come in, as a commentator, I expect this to be a series OpTic's going to take. I guess I didn't expect it to be like this. Yeah, 150-point win in the Hardpoint is 6-0 into game 2. I wish I could kind of hear what EnVy's talking about right now, because what do you take from game 1 and 2? Like, have you ever gone into a series where it's a best of 5 and you just get smoked in the first couple of games? Like, what are you even thinking about going into game 3? Like, map by map, boys.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it, but I'm sure it's a little different. I'm sure Temp and Hook are probably like, yo, which team do you want to go to? Flasher's like, where am I gonna go? Clash is like, I'm just gonna hang out.
Good old Nicky D.
I'll go where I gotta go.
Yeah, right? Just let me know when the dust settles. You see at the bottom here, CWL Seattle passes available now. We're headed to the West Coast. You can go to MLG.com/CWL Seattle to purchase tickets. It's going to be awesome. Our majors have been incredible. We've had so many memorable moments, but right now it's all about the $500,000 on the line with the best 8 teams in the world. And EnVy, who are struggling to get anything going at all. Maybe here's where it happens. So far, 2 players drop from either side. The Docks warehouse battle going to go to Scup as he soars out there and is able to finish off Hook. And Formal getting up the map quickly with the AR. Can he catch Temp here?
I think he's going to get flanked, though. Slasher does a great job rotating through. Finds himself back in fire, able to find Formal. So a solid start for OpTic, but again, EnVy, they're answering back, and Karma's able to find 2.
The pressure now coming in. You've got Classic, that's to deal with it. And Fire, Classic up to the task. Karma and Crim6 both gonna drop. You're gonna need a lot more plays like that if you're gonna bring this series into your favor. Classic starting to heat up. He's 4-1 on a 3 streak. And hell, if we learned anything from the last series, LG down 0-2, they bring it back. Maybe EnVy can do the same. They're starting to mount a little bit of pressure themselves. You've got Classic here on Waterside, looking to make a play. Nice hip fire and snap there. Everybody dropping. It's going to be a flag touch here, but you get one on the other end as well. So Karma has it out for OpTic Gaming. Crim trying to help, but not going to be able to do it. So it's going to be Hook here, getting across the map. There's the return. EnVy should be able to strike first, and finally some life here for EnVy.
Yeah, and who you see it from is Classic. And Classic is that player that, I mean, honestly, when he goes down 0-2, he's kind of like gunless, right? It just doesn't affect him. He doesn't care. He's going to focus on his own play and be that guy that tries to turn it around. So 6-2, making 7-2 start from him. Now, can EnVy keep this pressure up? Can they get another flag away?
Look at how badly they've got OpTic Gaming pinned right now, running into the Lions Den.
Pull it, please.
Here's the pull.
Thank you.
It's not going to be in Temp's hand. His Classic will nab it. But look at the streak tonight. 4 in a row for Temp. Classic's got 3 kills in a row. Can Karma make the play, though? They know he's here. You see Slasher has it pre-aimed. He lines them both up, but the capture does get in, but that's going to be a counter. All 4 drops simultaneously, so EnVy able to get the 2-0 start. Amazing from them, but OpTic now striking. They're looking for the 3-0. Let's toss it to an Astro Gaming listening with OpTic Gaming.
I stunned the shit out of them. They're all stunned.
Coming, Seth.
I got 2.
He's crane.
Let's go. He's laying down heady, full health. He challenged. Nice, go. First guy, Classic, first guy.
I have the cross. They're gonna streak on the spawn probably.
Yep, you're ready.
Crossing.
Get it, just go bar as fast as you can.
He
might be under flag, I just spawned underground.
I don't think so.
Yo, I'm behind them. They're on their flag.
Crane.
Oh, okay.
I got a fighter.
Donnie's on their flag.
Classic, first guy, yo.
Yeah.
Slasher.
One guy 10.
I'm going out too.
Yeah, go get his 10.
Classic hurt water.
Just hold this team. One guy went in 10.
Apples.
Watch water stairs. What's apples? I got
Stun at our 10.
What's fire weak?
Yo, 10 OE in. He's on he's in pipes.
Yeah, watching it.
Yeah.
Fire dead. Nice. One more, top middle, Donnie.
Mid and pipe.
Just rotate over, Matt. Rotate over. It was Donnie.
Apples, Donnie weak. He's beat on.
Watch him bar, Matt.
I got streaks off that. I got full streaks.
Watch out, Apples.
Apples weak. He's gonna die.
Pick up our pipes.
I will.
Water stairs. I killed one Apples. Yeah, top mid. Yeah, he went towards statue.
Nice. Slasher hook. I saw
flag. Pulling. He pulled it. No, it's in beer. There's both there.
Oh, he's bar steps. I didn't know.
That was pipes. Someone picked that up. Behind box.
He was weak.
Oh, he stuck me, I think.
You're good.
Just reset.
Yeah,
Hold it. Bar stairs and 110. Yo, he's stunned L1. Stunned L1.
One shot.
Two water.
L2, watch out.
EnVy able to once again take control of this series. They're pushing yet again. What's working right now for EnVy, Joe?
They're winning gunfights, plain and simple. Again, they're on a 6-7 spree as a team. Karma trying to make a play. He was able to make a play last time. Might have bought his team enough time. Glide bomb called in. Now it's on Classic. Classic versus Karma. 2 X factors on each team. Karma's able to win it.
He comes in soaring from the heavens, gets the kill and the return, but Slasher at least able to get a couple of kills off the back end of that.
No, but I thought Envy did such a great job pushing that lower water and then having one guy sort of push through that coal room, right? You saw sort of a pinch develop every single time. And OpTic, they weren't able to push or pick up on it. So a great job by Envy. And you would think that they're kind of on the least preferred side, right? A lot of the times we see, you know, streaks called in to where Envy's spawning and just a lot of relays. So we'll see if OpTic can do the same thing as we decides. But Envy, they're still pushing.
Classic. One hell of a first half. 13-6. They've got 20 seconds here to make a play. There's only 2 players up from OpTic.
Look, there it is again. There's that pinch once again.
Here they go.
This time at 2.
Here they go.
That first kill, and then he gets the barrels. This is such a strong spot.
8 seconds on the clock. Can they get a touch? There's a team kill that comes in. Formal picks up Crim6. There's one more player here to make a play, but the pinch does come in.
He's
trying to get to it. Not going to go for the touch there at the end. What was that, Joe? You thinking, oh, we don't want another score? Or maybe he couldn't get to it? It looked like he had, what, about 2 seconds there to try and grab
I don't know
it?
if maybe he couldn't get to it. I was looking.
It was close.
I think there was someone else in beer, but maybe they died.
Huh, okay.
I'm confused.
All right, well, he doesn't go for that final pull, so it's still going to be a 3-2 advantage from Envy. Envy finally starting to pick it up. What did you like from them in the first half?
I mean, Classic, it was really the fire starter for me, right? He was the guy that sort of got things going. He was picking up 2 kills here, 2 kills in the OpTic Gaming base. And then once you saw that happen, you saw Hook and Temp start to change things around. So, and I think the other thing is Formal. You know, he's having a very slow game. He had a slow game number 1, so he's 2-10.
Are you fortunate right now to be 1 score down when you have Formal in this position at 2-10?
Yeah, it might be tied right after this. Yeah, there we go. 4 dead. Slasher not able to win it. Crim6 does.
A perfect start here from OpTic Gaming, and they're off to the races. Crim6 looking to take this one home, and the pressure still on the Envy base. They're picking up all the kills. Everybody's still coming off a respawn. There may be a rally opportunity here. Scump's going to get the touch. Scump gets back in the barrel, and Envy getting slaughtered here in the opening 40 seconds. Envy can't get out of their spawn.
Oh, I saw the flag go down. I was like, uh-oh, what happened? They're just giving Crim6.
Wow. Streaks to Crim. Lead to OpTic. What a quick strike here in the opening minute, man. That was unbelievable, and now they're in control of this game, and well, they've already been in control of this series.
We'll see, though. Envy, though, it's their turn to attack. They're getting control of fire. That's 3 down. Nice shots right there from Temp. Formal, he's able to find 2. Make it 3. Nice shots on the Slasher. Can he find the 4th? Oh, not able to. Classic, though, so weak.
1 bullet away, and finally, Formal coming alive from 2-10 to 8-12 with a fury here in the opening moments of this second half.
So back to your original question, did I think OpTic was lucky to have it at 3-2? I did. I felt like Karma made a couple of great plays. That was that counter. Maybe like a 3-1 would have been all right, but I felt like Envy. They could have had a much higher lead on that first side, and well, now it's an OpTic lead. We'll see what EnVyUs can do.
Crim6 still has some streaks to work with. Not able to take that gunfight. It's another one of those 2 pieces you've been talking about with Classic. Yeah. He's been finding them in pairs, and that's a big part of opening up the map right now.
I think Envy has some streaks as well. Are they going to opt to use some? Nope, they're just going to peek this corner. Nades are coming in. They're just waiting for Slasher to get in this position. He's going to be the first guy to challenge. Nice shots on the Scum, but he is traded out. Glide bomb defensively used from OpTic.
They're all bunched up inside a fire right now. You take a look at that mini-map. They're all trying to make a play, but 1 does drop. 2 go ahead and drop. Nice wall bang there from Crim6. Him and Karma holding the line, and there's the clear. Now they're going to push up the map.
Can we go through Envy players really quick? They still have streaks, right? Or am I crazy?
I don't think they ever got any, did they?
No?
Did I just make that up? I don't think they ever got any. I think it was just for OpTic.
All right, never mind. I was completely wrong.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right, Joe. I'm used to being wrong most of the time. Now that you're casting with me, you're going to fall victim to that curse as well. But another flag out. Scump able to get it into barrel, but look at this. 2 players spawn water. Slasher, an opportunity to make a play. Scump, though, able to fry him, but the trade's going to be there. The return is in. Classic, again, finding the kills in pairs. A 3rd one now in front. He's got Crim tagged. They're going to go ahead and bait and switch. Well, the bait and switch is Temp putting some shots into the behind of Classic there, and he's going to fall, and that's going to thwart the push into fire. But you've got Hook on the other side.
Yeah, Hoot just trying to stay alive, but he's the only guy pushed up. Gonna have a little bit of help from Slasher. Does a great job staying alive. Uses nice movement. Crim6 under that ladder, able to find him with the help of Slasher. Slasher, though, he's starting to turn around. He's fine 3. What can Envy do? This is their time to have OpTic trapped in their base.
Last time they weren't able to execute from this position. It was Karma and Crim that went big. Can they do it this time? Scump and Karma still making the plays. The flag into a position where maybe you can get it out. A nice one-on-one win there from Temp. Temp hasn't grabbed it yet because the streak was pulled in. Formal, you always have one more man, it feels like, from OpTic. And look at the overextension on the top side of the minimap. It's going to be Karma that's trying to get in position here, just tucked away.
Now it's Slasher who just gave up his base. I mean, he backed up for a half second there, and they don't care. They're going to try and push this. This is Envy. They're going for it. This is all or nothing on a Team EnVyUs.
Another team kill outside of Fire, where the push is starting to build from, but now they have to make the play, not only on offense, but also get the return. Crim6 gets 2. Now it's going to be a one-on-one. Well, he's actually going to take it to mid-map. So Slasher,
oh, but that split spawn. Oh, no, this is so bad for Envy. Oh, but Classic able to find Scump. Now he needs to just stay alive. Fighter pilot called in. Karma, he backs up with flag. There is one player, that's Formal. He gets taken out, but now Envy. The stalemate is on. This is the best thing for OpTic Gaming.
You've got 45 seconds.
That minute will hop in.
You've got the 60 seconds of the OT to work with as well. Scump going to be the first one up the map. He's going to get Nicole. Temp ready and waiting. Hits the crouch, though, so he's not able to finish the kill. Slasher wins one outside of Underground. Not a lot of time to work with. What's the game plan here for Envy? I know you got to play a little defense to protect your carrier, but you also got to get across the map.
Yeah, well, you got to win some gunfights. And, well, there we go. Finally, it's Classic, but there's still one player. That's Crim. Well, who's able to spot Crim, but he's going to back it up towards his teammates. Classic's able to find another. Oh, that would have been a big kill right there. That would have allowed his teammates to push up the map, but Scump goes down.
Those are the kills Classic has been finding up.
But here's the thing.
Here we go, here we go. Now's the collapse. 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds on the clock. There's the pick. Here they go. The pinch is out coming in. Tim hitting on the backside, but it's Crim that's able to win the gunfight. Slasher still here. He's trying to find him, but Karma tucks away to a safe corner, but Slasher able to get him with a pistol. There's still another player. Scump trades it out. Classic in there. There's the return. This should be the tie. It is in, and we're headed to OT. Envy clutch up in the final seconds.
Slasher just dumped on Karma there, to be honest, with a pistol.
I thought Karma played it well, though. The fact he is tucked into a corner there, he read the situation properly. He just didn't hit the shots.
Slasher had a pistol.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And those are the spots you want Karma to be in. That like clutch one-on-one. That's where you expect him to go huge.
And but he did a great job buying time for Scump, right? But that player, I believe it was Classic, comes off spawn, hits main street, and well, he's able to get that return. And what a game out of Classic, 25 and 16 from him.
He's been great since the opening. I mean, he started out with those 3 kills in a row, and he's built on it since then. They spot Scump on the cross. Hook pushing towards B. Dom snaps at the edge as well. What an opening from him. He's got to win a one-on-one. He spotted Formal.
He has an AR.
He spotted Formal. Not enough bullets in the clip, but he doesn't get traded out. Slasher.
He's slow.
He's slow, but he's trying to get there. He's trying to get. There's another team kill. Another team kill for Envy, and now the spawners are coming up. Temp just playing his life here. Do you think maybe he should have tried to get a touch?
Maybe, but it looks like they're trapping them in. So here we go. Envy still have a very good push. They're able to find one more. It's just Formal in the back. Can they get this flag out? It looks like they're finally able to. They should score with about, what, a minute on the clock. That is still a lot of time for OpTic.
Oh, Envy.
That could have been 30 seconds.
It could have been. It could have been one of those scores that's so quick you don't give the opposition a chance. But when it boils down to it, Envy, some life in this series, some life on this map. And there's the score in overtime. Now, the pressure to OpTic Gaming.
You have to talk about what OpTic did on this side last time, right? Like, this is when they got two flags.
In 60 seconds.
So they have a very solid break, but that's a nice stun out of Classic. Classic, though, he gets naded out. He just needs to stay alive. As soon as he goes down, the pressure's going to be on that overextension. See, 2 players starting to push up. Nice shots out of Hook. Formal just trying to do his best to stay alive. Has help from Temp. But it's on these 2. It's on Karma. It's on Scump.
Can Karma make the play? Scump is dropped. It's now just Karma. 20 seconds remaining. They're going to get a touch on the other end as well. Hook's going to go ahead and grab that flag. Crim6 now pushing into barrel. Doesn't check his left. He's actually going to slip through. It looked like he was going to slip through for a moment, but Temp now going to get some streaks. He's going to go ahead and invest that. Karma, the last man on the backside, he's going to get dropped as well. Envy, finally, after getting blown out in our 2 opening maps, they bring it back. They clutch up in overtime. They clutch up in regulation. And now we've got ourselves a series, Joe.
Yeah, we do. And a little bit of life in Envy, finally, right? Like, it was a great game, but I have to give it to that man on your screen. Classic. What a great game from him. It felt like he was the life that EnVy needed. He was getting 2, he was getting 3 pieces. That just allowed them to get those pushes. As soon as you go up 2-0 in about 60 seconds, you're like, kind of like, all right, we can do this, right? Like, let's get going. You know, forget about the first couple of games, and we talk about how, you know, CTF's been that swing map. We've had more reverse sweeps these past couple of months. I mean,
just had one in our last series.
I mean, the first 2 months, it was like nothing. It was non-existent.
I remember saying at one point early in this year, I was like, I feel like we've had 0 reverse sweeps. Yeah, there's been a couple that have happened kind of an open bracket and losers bracket, but now they seem to be happening so consistently. It's going to be Valkyrie from map 4. Talk to me about Valkyrie for maybe the EnVy side. Like, all right, if you're going to make an argument they're going to push this to a game 5, does it happen here?
I think it does, because you saw that the guys on EnVy started to wake up. You saw Temp had a great game. You saw Classic was winning gunfights. When we talk about Valkyrie, 3 to 4 submachine guns. Very fast-paced. But EnVy cannot be like game number 1 because they got smoked on London Docks.
Let's take a look at our scuff play of the game. It's the end of regulation. It's EnVy pushing it to the overtime. There's a stalemate. They're able to clutch up. It's Slasher with that pistol kill. And I want to look at it again because, yeah, I mean, Karma wins that gunfight. It's a throw. Here it is.
Oh,
shots just everywhere. Shots just everywhere.
And Scump was there, but he buys enough time to where Classy's able to get that return.
And then there comes the score with 36 seconds on the clock. That's what pushes it to OT. And then, well, you just saw it. OT goes to EnVy. They're able to clutch up and score in, what, just over a minute. What could have been, like you said, like a 30-second score, but still a minute's scary as well. And that might be that game, that swing game, like you said, that finally, you know, EnVy, you mentioned earlier, they're a very tilt-heavy team, very passionate team, a lot of personality in that squad, not lacking that at all, at least from Slasher and Temp. In that kind of win, especially in that fashion, like that one play where Slasher guns Karma, that might be enough to just put Slasher into God mode, like we've seen him do so many times.
Yeah, you just have to give him an opportunity, right? That's what we always talked about with OpTic, like, you know, just get through to game 4, right? Allow guys like Scump or Crim to wake up, but this is kind of what we saw in Birmingham, right? Was OpTic would have put themselves in a great position. It was Valkyrie Hardpoint. They're at, what, a 40, 50-point lead over Splice. Splice come back and beat them. You know, puts them in a game number 5 where they lose that game 5. Those games right there, like that game 3, OpTic has to be able to put teams away. You have to be able to 3-0 them.
How similar is that to Red's situation? Like in the last series, Red should have won that game 3. It should have been a 3-0.
Put them away.
You let that 3-0 slip away in dramatic fashion. I mean, they're very similar. I know one's Arden Forest, one's London Docks, but still, a game you should have won, and a small mistake could be the difference. I know it's not all on that one gunfight, but that one gunfight would have won you the map. And now it gets a little bit scarier because we know this EnVy team. We know the tear they started in Hardpoint when they kicked off Division B. They are a team, when they're feeling themselves, when they get hot, they can take maps off anyone. Now, can they rally together 2 in a row and push this to a game 5? Let's kick it off with the young superstar. It's Hook.
Yeah, nice stuns out of OpTic. I believe that's an expeditionary stun. A lot of teams have been testing that out. Well, Hook, he's able to find 2. Can he find the 3rd? No. Karma and Scump cleaning things up on the OpTic side.
Yep, they'll get 2 kills. They'll wipe out EnVy, and now they're set up in ventilation. And, you know, Joe, talk to me a little about why this hardpoint's different from the rest in the sense that you can get a full hold on just about every hardpoint, right?
Yeah, I mean, this map, obviously, when you talk about it, it's tough to get in the hills. It just is, right? When you get a solid setup, there's only a couple of ways to get in. If you get some solid spawns, there's just a ton of position inside the hill that allows you to do things like that, what Karma just did. It allows easy trades, and it's tough. It is so tough to break in these hills.
Well, and you can see that by the scoreline right now. 1 point on the board for EnVy. 40 and counting right now for OpTic Gaming. A very good start on the first hardpoint. But now if you're going to rotate early in your team, you got to make a play. Look at this split spawn right now coming in from Slasher. He's got a chance to disrupt this push coming in from OpTic.
Yeah, but Classy's able to find 1 in the back. Can he find a 2nd? EnVy, though, this is what we talk about.
There in time.
If you are going to rotate, you have to hold that first set of kills, and EnVy not able to do it. This can get very scary already for them.
How similar is that to the London Docks, man?
Yeah.
Same thing. Set up early and hold it. You can't get cut through like that. It's like they're a paper-thin wall. Drywall. Just punching a hole through it. Oh. It's frustrating to watch, right? Like,
no, it definitely is.
This is a map where you can early rotate and just punish people, and they're not doing that. But Formal and OpTic Gaming are 70-3 the lead right now, and they're back in the operations bunker. They're showing how to hold a hard point right now. And that's another, and I know that's kind of one of those cluster kills, but there's been a lot of team kills for Envy, I feel like.
Yeah, if you look at that scoreboard quickly, Temp and Slasher, they started off slow. Classic, though, he's kept at that pace that we saw in Game 3, and while Envy, there's nobody in this next hill. There's nobody in Storage Bunker, and Karma, he's going to disrupt some things. We'll see, though. There we go. That's a big kill right there.
Classic, continuing his tear, like you said. Is he going to be the guy? And maybe not the most likely of heroes on this Envy roster, but certainly one that can be classified as an X factor when he's going off in the sliding department. Now the push is going to come in the bottom side. 2 players going to be hitting from OpTic Gaming. Slasher turns, there's nobody there. How do they get in a position just to pick him like that?
I mean, you have one guy in ventilation room, you have Slasher in the window. They don't see anything, like turn around, and just like that, that's 4 dead once again for Envy. How is nobody watching that lower staircase?
Well, it's been the same story throughout. What is it? Why can't? Is it a communications thing? Is it a gunfight thing? Like, they can't hold a hard point to save their lives right now. And you've got Crim6 starting to heat up a bit. He's 8-8. Scump 9-5 with a minute already in the hard point and the lead to 100. You can't put yourself in a hole like this.
No, I think the one is it. I don't think there's any streaks on the OpTic side. That might be one positive if you're Envy. You are set up at office. They're here. Nobody's in the hill though right now. There we go. Slasher gets a kill. Now they have some spawns. There's one player left inside Storage Bunker. That's formal.
They're both pushing down. There's one player there. There's a split spawn that comes in, so it's a 3-on-1 in the hard point. And once again, OpTic right back in. You need to be the Envy coach.
Yeah, I mean,
while you're casting somehow. There we go. Okay, all right. Classic getting towards some streaks. He's 15-7, but look at the rest of the roster. He's the only one that seems to be taking these gunfights. You know, he's taking them in multiples a lot of the time. They're going to get back in. And we know we've seen big swings on this particular hardpoint. You can absolutely do it here. Temp wins a nice one-on-one that's going to secure them another 15 or so points here. Now let's look at the rotation for OpTic Gaming to get set up at smokestacks.
Yeah, it just seems very disorganized right now for Envy. They're putting themselves in the positions to bring themselves back into this game, but OpTic are just taking advantage of it. Slaying, pretty even, pretty back and forth. Classic still 16-8. What a great game number 4 and 3 that we've gotten out of him. But OpTic, again, still a 90-point lead.
And they're finding all the kills where they need them. Another one-on-one here for Scump. He's going to lose that. Maybe Temp finds the opening they need to start pushing in. Classic in mid-street. Temp hitting from the back, but he's not able to take it. OpTic over the 150-point mark and showing no signs of slowing down here at smokestacks. It's been a slaughter. Karma next one up. He wins his one-on-one. This is a blowout. This is just like the game 1. Maybe the scoreline won't reflect it at the end, but these hard points have not been close, Joe.
Yeah, and I mean, there we go. Envy gets 3 kills, but there's none near the hill. Like, OpTic are so far pushed out where by the time you get to this, look where Karma is, right? There's nobody in the hill. They're fighting for that position once again. There's just 10 seconds left on smokestacks. We're going to head back towards that ventilation room, which OpTic held down so well on that first rotation.
OpTic looking the superior team, looking to take it in 3-1 fashion.
Envy's not even here. Like, there was 10 seconds left. Like, rotate.
How do you win the rotation from smokestacks and then get set up here in ventilation? I wish you guys could see Joe right now. Just his whole body is like physically frustrated with what he's watching right now. The 200-point mark now about to be cracked here from OpTic Gaming. Envy finally able to break on through. But it looks like it's going to be too little too late. You'd have to be nearly flawless here to bring it back and, you know, pull a victory here from the grasp of defeat.
Yeah, we'll see. Envy breaking the hard way. Hook was able to pick up a couple of kills. He's on a 3 spree. But as you said, you have to be flawless here if you're Envy. And really, you have to have a perfect ventilation, a perfect rotation operations, which you didn't have on the first way through. And then somehow win the rotation of storage to put yourselves back in the game. And there we go. OpTic break on in, 3 go down. They're already starting to push. 1 guy spawns out. That's classic. And, well, OpTic do it again.
It's so similar to last time. The pinch developing as well. You got 2 players in mid rotating out of old. Formal hitting on the backside. There's 1 man now isolated. It's going to be all on Hook. He's going to lose that gunfight. And once again, ventilation to operations bunker. OpTic Gaming do it flawlessly. Envy, the back is now broken. OpTic need 30 more seconds here. And it seems that still, when it comes to Call of Duty World War II, OpTic just dominating this Envy roster.
Yeah, OpTic do send a couple on in, but Scump's winning gunfights. Oh my goodness, okay. Karma trades that one on out, but they have the spawns in the back. And I imagine OpTic just goes for this scrap time, right? Just try to put it away.
Just get a couple seconds here and there and you win the game, right?
Yeah. Envy, all their resources are towards this hill right now. You have one player, that's Hook. He's cutting off middle from ventilation. Scrump just trying to break on in. Not sure if he's going to be able to do so. But you can see on that mini-map, you're going to have a pretty even rotation. These last 9 seconds will go the way of OpTic.
Those are painful. And the fact Scump wins the first one-on-one, Slasher, instead of rotating, has to wrap back, and he's going to get dropped as well.
This could be bad. Still nobody watching the staircase on the side of Envy.
You got 3 players now about to hit it. They still have to
They're
worry
so
about
focused on ventilation and office. Look, 3 players are looking that way. Look at the front of the hill. Thank you.
There we go. There we go. Temp and Hook combined to make a play. Can they get the hold here? Again, need to be perfect. 120 on the board now for Envy. They're set up in bunker. They got OpTic Gaming spawning deep. They can certainly do some damage here, but you only need 14 points for OpTic.
Finally, a nice setup out of Envy. Slasher finds 2. Formula trades that out. This is a bait trade. Nice one by Classic. Finally, get a perfect setup to start to get things going, but look what OpTic's doing. They're giving up these last 20 seconds. They're getting control of office. That's where they're sending all their resources.
So OpTic now set up to close the game at your next hard point. It's all going to come down to this push and this attempted break from Envy. Can they do it? They're going to give up the final couple seconds because they know they have to have a 4-man hit. This pushes everything. Yep. This is the game right here. First kill to Slasher. Time ticking to OpTic Gaming. Here comes the push. It's Slasher from the backside. Everybody else is going to drop. Everybody else is going to drop, and there it is. That may be the final necessary kill here for OpTic. Only 5 more points needed. They're finding the kills out front. The trades go to OpTic Gaming. The series goes to OpTic Gaming. And yet again, they continue to dominate Envy in Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one positive thing, if you're Envy, you want a CTF against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's I feel like you gave yourself a chance with that CTF win, but then you come out. If there is one takeaway.